Abetment of suicide at workplace. India's apex court judgment. Recent judgment of the Supreme Court of India. The recent judgment of Nipun Aneja and others versus State of Uttar Pradesh. This case revolves around the prosecution of 3 senior officers from Hindustan Lever Limited, HLL, in connection with the suicide of Rajiv Jain, an employee of the company working with the company for the past 23 years. Crux of the case. Rajiv Jain committed suicide in his hotel room in Lucknow after attending a company meeting. His brother, Rajnish Jain, lodged a first information report, FIR, the following day, accusing senior officers of HL of mentally harassing his brother by pressuring him to accept the company's VRS scheme. According to the complainant, the company had initiated this VRS scheme for about 50 to 60 employees, but many, including Rajiv Jain, were unwilling to accept it as they felt that after putting in 23 years of service as salesmen, they could not have been asked to undertake the work of merchandising. This was alleged to be done by way of punishment for refusing to voluntarily retire. Before the Supreme Court of India, they pointed out that the company had the right to introduce the VRS scheme, which was optional, and that no undue pressure was exerted on the employees. It was highlighted that the deceased had not opted for VRS, and his suicide could not be directly linked to the appellant's actions. Court order. The Supreme Court quashed the proceedings against the appellants, holding that there was insufficient evidence to prove that they had instigated Rajiv Jain's suicide. The mere fact that Rajiv Jain was unhappy with the company's policies and felt humiliated was not sufficient to hold the appellants criminally liable for his suicide. Court's criticisms. The Supreme Court emphasized that the allegations of harassment and humiliation, while serious, were part of a broader employment issue, not a criminal act of abetment. The court criticized the tendency of prosecuting individuals in such cases without sufficient grounds, stating that it amounted to an abuse of the legal process. Any questions? Ask C-Quel.